Hello, and welcome to a new Vanguard Zero news video. You'll have to excuse the One Piece background. Up until this point, you've been using the Rekka one, but it's been a while since I recorded one of these. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Branding. Yeah, basically we got a bunch of Vanguard Zero news. We didn't actually get like that much. In fact, it was announced via a live stream that's actually still going on as I'm recording this, so maybe there'll be an update or something if we get any more significant news, but it looks like we got basically all the important stuff, so I wanted to record a video about it, because this stuff was pretty exciting. So as we all know, Vanguard G is coming to Zero soon, and we finally got some actual information about that, so let's just kind of jump right into it, because this is something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. And here we go, here's the preview image. It looks great. It looks really good. I love seeing them in such a nice, clean looking art style. They look really great. I just love it. I kind of want to like stay on this image for a while just to kind of soak it in, but there's honestly not that much to say about it. Vanguard Zero, it's G. I guess this confirms we're not getting a new logo, but that's the only real info we can kind of glean from this. So right on to the next image. So yes, we are getting, of course, you know, the main ace units of these three characters. You know, we're getting Chronojet, altmile, and ahsha, but anyone who's played the TCG will realize these are brand new artworks for them. That's interesting. Now, they specify on stream that they cannot tell us yet how we will get these alternate artworks, and there will be more cards in future with alternate artworks. Which ones? We don't know yet, of course, but I'm assuming, you know, the ace units that each of the characters use, you know, so Harry and all those others, right? I don't know why Harry was the one I jumped to. I should have probably jumped to like Gavrail or something, but whatever. But you know, now my guess as to how we get these cards is I'm assuming they're rank rewards, but who knows? Because rank rewards seem to, you know, give us nicer versions of the already existing cards, so that's what I'm assuming they are. But again, as they said, they can't tell us how we will get them, which leads me to believe that it's probably going to be some kind of new, unique method. And there's actually another theory I have about the Fighter's Quest mode, which we'll talk about in a sec, but maybe we get these from Fighter's Quest mode, I don't know. We'll see. Really nice artwork. Really love that they're actually going out of the way to make new artwork for these cards. That's crazy, actually. Like, we've had I think we've had a couple of new artworks for cards in the past. We might have. I can't remember actually. But the fact that we're getting them consistently now with G going forward is cool. And the artwork for them looks really, really good. They look great. They look great. And of course, goes without saying, there are still going to be the normal artwork versions of them that we're used to in the gacha system. And there's actually a screenshot in a sec we'll get to that proves that. So, yeah. So there we go. There are those cards. Of course, the fact that they've put ahsha with the other two obviously seems to imply that she'll be in G set 1. Obviously, nectar up until this point has been a clan exclusive, event exclusive clan, and the only way of getting nectar cards is by doing like the events tied to it. I said all the way back they were going to make nectar a normal clan when we got to G, and it looks like they're doing that because obviously why wouldn't they, right? Like the doi. I don't know if that means we're going to have other clans be demoted to event clans, or if they're just scrapping the event clan system in general. It seems over the past few months they've got a bit more creative and inventive with the events, like the tower events and all that other stuff. And so maybe they will just be getting rid of the event clans in general, which will be good, because it will mean it'll be easier to play the clan you actually want to play without having to wait for a specific event that you can grind and waste your gems on. So yeah, new home screen, finally. In fact, I hope this is just like an overall, like an overhaul in general. The home screen is the only real thing we got to see. There's another menu we got to see, which we'll get to in a sec, but I'm hoping everything has an overhaul. And I was hoping that from the beginning, but I was a little reluctant to that we would actually get it. But the fact that the home screen looks so different here, and we will be dissecting the individual little differences, don't worry. But the fact that it's so different looking here gives me a lot of faith that everything else is going to be different here too. Finally, we won't have the title menu of Season 1 Aichi and Kai standing next to each other for our title screen. I was really expecting them to update that image as we got each new arc, like there'd be an Asia Circuit version of the artwork, and then a Link Joker version, and then a Legion went, nope, they didn't bother. But maybe we're gonna get a G version now. But yeah, okay, so not the highest quality image in the world, you know, it's just a screenshot from their Twitter or whatever, but at least it's high enough quality we can make out the individual little details. So first of all the like paneling and stuff is all white now, which looks very, very clean. It's very much supposed to like fit with like the gears system the G used. In fact, as you can see here, the grade level is now like the deck box that Chrono used. I can't remember the name of it. It might just be called the like the gear system box or whatever. But you know the deck box that Chrono had, and then like as he leveled up his grade in universe, like his deck box would like change color or whatever. We got that now. It looks really slick. It looks really nice. I love how it looks very modern and nice. I always kind of felt like the menus in the OG's era like version of Zero looked kind of ugly. They look way nicer and less obtrusive here. Also, we got Card Capital 2 here. A lot more like spacious and modern looking card shop. Great. Card Capital 2 is probably my favorite card shop in all of Vanguard. It looks great. Big fan of it. And of course we got Chrono here. As we can see, we've still got like the character swap button. Hopefully this lets us still like view the old characters on this menu. You know, like hopefully I can still have like Rekka or whoever in the menu. Obviously for G era I'm probably going to stick with Tokoha until we get yeah, we're probably going to stick with Tokoha first until we get like more characters and stuff. But yep. Also this confirms Chrono's skin will be his school uniform. That's another thing. I'm assuming later down the line we'll get like alternate outfit versions of these characters, but it looks like for now they're sticking with the school uniforms. Maybe the free version of the skin will be school uniforms, and then we have to like earn versions of the skins that have like their more kind of casual outfits and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. Now for anyone who really is already nostalgic and already misses the old stuff, we've got this icon here which seems to imply that we can move back to Card Capital 1 again. Whenever we want to, so if you like the old menu more, you can go back to the old menu again, which I'm assuming the old menu will also be updated to have all the new stuff on it too, like for example this Fighters Quest, or whatever it is, yeah, Fighters Questo. So this, I think this might be how we get those alt arts, because at first when I saw this and read the katakana saying Fighters Quest, I was like, oh, that's the story mode. Nope, the story mode's still here. So, I don't know, it's a new game mode. In the anime, there is like a quest system that he uses, like his deck box, to like complete various missions and stuff. I'm assuming it's going to be something along those lines where it's like, hey, fight, you know, like fight this character using this kind of deck, you know, that kind of thing. So basically more story missions or something like that. Other app icons, pretty much the same, you know, just in a slightly different area. So you still got the, you know, the menu, the announcements, the gifts. You do have the training badge thing there, which in the old game, in I guess the current game, the training badge only appears if you haven't finished training mode yet. So the fact that this is here with no notification sign seems to imply that the training mode will always be here. Or maybe not, I don't know, because you could always access training mode from the menu anyway, over here. But having it there, I don't know, I'm just overanalyzing this. Speaking of overanalyzing, something they haven't updated that I'm surprised by is the bottom icons have not changed at all. So the home is still Card Capital 1, you still got blaster blades clashing for the fight, you've still got the same old card thing there. Now here's where it gets interesting. We have a sister cat here for the shop, we have Aichi for the My Room feature, and we've got Ultra Rare for Team. I was kind of expecting this to get changed. You know, I was expecting like Team to be Rummy Labyrinth, the My Room to be like Chrono, and the shop to be like the second sister cat, like the white one. I'm surprised they haven't changed that. Maybe for like full compatibility sake, so that like when you switch between the two homes, it doesn't change too much. I mean, I'm not going to complain. We still got Rekka on the home screen, so hey, they knew exactly not what to change, huh? Other than that, though, I'm not really gleaming all too much. I will say the VP section being in such a different area is really weird. That is really weird to me. But, I mean, I'll get used to it pretty quickly. So, that seems to be everything that's up with the home menu, and as I mentioned, because they've already changed the home menu this much, it seems to imply that everything else is getting changed too. This wasn't just like a quick reprint, like repaint. It's not like they changed the JPEG in the background to be Card Capital 2 and called it a day. The fact that the UI and everything is completely different seems to imply that everything else is going to be different too. So for example, predictions, the shop menu is going to be Kamui now instead of Misaki. The fight menu will probably be like Shion maybe, and then the card menu will be maybe Tokoha. I don't know. I don't know, but I definitely think shop will be Kamui now, which I hope it is. Or if it is Misaki, it should be like the old Misaki instead of like, you know, the same one we've been used to. But basically, I'm a big fan of these changes. And then yes, another really important thing, and I can't believe I didn't mention this. The character fight has a buki for the icon now, which seems to imply, again, that the character fight function has been overhauled. We don't know how much, but at the very least, you know, when they add like Neo Nectar to the character fight section, which hasn't been confirmed, but let's face it, they're probably going to, you'll be fighting Tokoha now instead of whoever it was, Mai, who used Neo Nectar in the original. And I think the same thing will go for the other already existing clans as well. Like, I think they're going to switch Rekka out for Rin, they're going to switch Aichi out for Shion, so on and so forth. I don't know for certain, but again, the fact that Ibuki's on here, and Ibuki uses Link Joker, whereas right now, in the main game, like the current game, the Link Joker one is Kai, so it feels weird to have Ibuki on the icon if he's not going to be like in the actual section too. So I think they're going to have the character fight section be overhauled. I also kind of think, you know how like you have to freestyle the character fights in order to like do the quick fights? I think they're going to force us to redo them with the new characters. That's a guess. Most of the stuff that I've just said here has been speculation, but hey, I'm a big fan. I really, really hope. This is more like stuff that hasn't actually been announced, but just stuff I want. I really, really hope the actual fights are different. I hope the fight UI is different. Maybe they're going to make the fight UI look a lot more like the touchscreen table they use in G. I really hope they switch out the music. That's the big thing. I know everyone else is asking for playmats, and playmats would be nice, but what they really need to do is switch out the music. And the obvious thing would be to switch it from Aichi's theme to Chrono's theme, and that would be nice, but I actually think we just need more dynamic music, and by that I mean we need more than one song. Because no matter how good the song they're going to choose is, because let's face it, Aichi's theme was really good, but like, it got old very quickly, so maybe some settings and features to just let you choose a song from the game soundtrack, or like have it cycle between multiple different songs, or just anything, would be really nice. And yeah, playmats would be nice too, of course. And of course, the only other thing I'm going to say for this section here right now is I do hope it's fully compatible with the stuff you've already got. It would be kind of a waste to get you to, you know, spend all your time and effort crafting and getting all these rare skins and stuff and then not let you use them anymore. So hopefully they do still let you use them. But yeah, that was a lot of time spent on one JPEG of a home screen. Speaking of that, so the gacha is different. Now, this is the other thing too that I mentioned that made me think the entire game had been overhauled, and that's the fact that this is like our gacha screen, right? So you know how like when you go into the gacha and it will like tell you what cards are in the gacha? Well, that's this screen, you know? Now, of course, the first set is not just going to be nothing but Chronojet dragons. That's just like an example image. But as you can see, here's like the set banner and like an image of the pack and everything. And here's our rarities, like the G-Rare. G-Rares are a thing confirmed. Looking forward to how grindy those are going to be to get. Yep. But yeah, the nice artwork and everything. Now, here's the important thing, and that's not how it looks, but instead, how it works. So basically, now you have guaranteed odds to get certain cards. So basically, I'm trying to like describe this in the simplest way possible. Anyone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, it's like that. Anyone who hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, basically what it will be is a set will have a certain amount of each card in it, like kind of like a booster box, right? If you have a booster box and you know beforehand, there's a certain amount of each rarity in that booster box guaranteed. That's what seeded boxes are. And that's what this screen is telling you, is how many of each card is left in the booster box. Now, what you can do is you don't have to open the entire booster box, right? If you open the first pack and get the rarest card in the set, you could essentially like throw out that booster box and then just open the next booster box instead. basically resetting your odds to get the rarest card again. That's basically exactly how this works. Now, I don't know if it's going to cost some kind of currency to reset the booster box again, or if it's just going to be something you do for free. But basically, this means that you're going to have more consistent pulls, because if you pull a card you want, you know that card isn't in the booster box anymore, so you just throw away the booster box you've currently got, get a new one, and then now you've got guaranteed odds of getting the card you want again, basically. That way you don't have to pull packs after you've already got the cards you want, so you're always guaranteed to have the card you want on the horizon. Basically is how it works. Rather than how it used to work, and how I guess it currently works in the game right now, is it's random. You roll a dice, you get a card. It's completely random. If you're really unlucky like me, you'll just keep pulling the same copy of locks over and over and over again, trying to get that no seal, and you just never get the no seal, you just only get the locks. But now, when I get the no seal, I can just throw away the booster box before I have to pull the locks, and that makes things a bit more consistent. People do worry that, of course, it's more consistent, not necessarily luckier. See, with the rolling a dice randomized analogy I was using earlier, if you're lucky, you can keep rolling a 6 on a dice over and over again and just be really lucky. You can keep pulling that no seal over and over again if you're lucky. Whereas with the more consistent approach, it can make it a little harder, because what if you're going for the 6 and then you like pull and there's less of the 6 in the box? I don't know if this analogy is easy to keep track of. Hopefully you're in there. But basically, you can't reset the box until you've got the card you want. Otherwise, it's pointless, you know? And that way, the more consistent pulls can kind of fuck you over. Kinda. I don't know. Another important thing to mention is, it seems like if you've been saving up gacha tickets, spend them now. Because the stream seemed to confirm. Now again, I'm getting this information from a Japanese live stream, so, you know, my information isn't 100% correct. But what I could gather is the gacha tickets right now only apply to the current banners. They only apply to the OG Vanguard banners. So basically, if you've been saving gacha tickets in the hopes that you can get G cards with them, nope, not gonna work. Instead, there are going to be G gacha tickets. Basically, exactly the same as gacha tickets, but they only work with the G banners. So, I'm not happy about that. Basically, like, anyone who's been saving gacha tickets specifically for the G stuff, you wasted your time. You should have been saving up gems instead. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we'll see how it works out in the long run, I guess. But basically, if you're trying to save up for G stuff, then save up for gems instead of tickets. That'll get you there faster. And then here, this is the new way the crafting systems are going to be handled. So, essentially, the crafting system, from the looks of things, is going to work more or less the same way it always does. You know, you spend crafting materials assigned to that clan to craft a card from that clan. Nothing changed. Except how you acquire the crafting materials is different. So usually when you pull duplicates of a card, you know, you already have a playset of a card, and so the 5th one onwards ends up being that version of crafting material. Well now, instead of that, you get like an everything crafting material. So, say for example, you're pulling for ahsha, but you already have 4 copies of altmile, and you get a 5th copy of altmile. Instead of getting a raw paladin crafting material, you'll get like an everything crafting material. Now, you may think you can use this everything crafting material to craft anything, but instead there's going to be an exchange system where you can exchange the everything crafting material into a more specific crafting material. So if you want ahsha, but you keep pulling altmiles, then the altmiles will give you the everything crafting material, which you can then exchange for nectar crafting materials to craft the ahsha with, is how I believe it works anyway. So basically, in the past, one of my biggest problems with Vanguard Zero is it disincentivizes opening packs, because anything you pull that isn't from a clan you play is completely useless, because it only gives you crafting materials from that clan. And so if you just don't play Bermuda, or you just don't play Great Nature, or whatever, then there's absolutely no reason to pull those cards. And so every time you get a super rare like SP card or whatever, but it's for a clan you don't play, it just feels bad. And you don't want that. And so now, at the very least, you can get a crafting material from that you can then convert to the crafting material you want. Now, this does mean that if you've been saving crafting materials already, those will not turn in, like the crafting materials you already have will not turn in to everything crafting materials. They will stay as they are, as shown in this image here. But from now on, like when you're playing the G version, you will be able to use the everything crafting materials to exchange for the clan you want. Which is good, basically. I like that. I think that's a pretty happy compromise. I think it's a pretty good way of making sure you can get the cards you want. Now, that was everything from the G news, and that was quite a lot. You know, we went on for like around 20 minutes there. And I'm pretty sure that's all the G news we have for now. Not much, but again, the little bit they showed me gave me a lot of hope that they're actually spending their time and effort on this. The overhauled UI, the alternate art cards, all that stuff is lovely to me. A little iffy on some of the gacha stuff, but we'll see how it pans out. It seems to be changes for the good all around though, at the very least. Now, this is another piece of info that isn't really G related specifically, but I thought I'd include it anyway just because it's such a massive update. And that's the idea that they're now adding clan exclusive gachas, basically meaning you can pull from a specific clan. Now, I don't know much more about this, I didn't really do all that much research, but basically, and this is coming before the G stuff happens, by the way. But basically how it's going to work is you choose a clan you want, and then you just open packs, and you're guaranteed to get cards from that clan. And it seems to be a permanent feature too. Great. Big fan. I don't know much else about it, I didn't really do much research, so I don't actually know how it works for certain, but it seems like, you know, judging from the screenshot and everything, it seems like that's how it's going to work, and if so, thank God. We needed this so badly. This is the most needed feature we've ever had for Vanguard Zero. It finally makes the game playable. Of course, it's completely made irrelevant by this, but you know, it's still nice. And that's all I really have. So yeah, let's go back to the nice looking image. Again, getting this video out very, very quickly, so if there's any more news soon, I'll keep you updated on that front, any like corrections I need to make, all that other stuff. I just want to end this video by saying, what is one change you'd like to see in Vanguard Zero, starting from the G update onwards, whether that would be something like the inclusion of playmats or something like that. Let me know what that is. And let me know what you think of the other news in general, and let me know what kind of deck and everything you'll be using in G format onwards. I'll see you later with some more videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch my other videos in the end cards at the end. And remember, for every statement, there's an asterisk. I will see you later.